Happy Tuesday! It's Q&A Tuesday in the Ladies Living Courageously Facebook group. I am so happy. I love this day. And I love getting all of your guys' questions. So thank you, everybody who asked me a question this week that I could answer. So I wanted to start off with how to overcome feeling overwhelmed or feeling lost or confused or where to even begin. And I want to start with this one because I had a really great conversation with one of the ladies in the group this week about this. And she was confused as to where to begin. She wanted to get certified. And she just felt like she couldn't start doing anything or she couldn't start working in her business because she wasn't certified yet. Now that's a great question because yes, I did get certified and I spent a lot of time getting certified and a lot of money getting certified. And one of the things I learned through that process is that you don't need a course to start coaching people, to start helping people. There's a reason that you're interested in that in the first place, and so much information is available to you for free. So this girl that is in our group and I were talking, and the course that she wanted to do didn't start until October. So that's a pretty far away. And I was asking her, so what are you going to do until then? Because October is pretty far away and I don't think that you should just wait to begin. Because I feel like time and us saying, I need to do this and then I can do it, or I'll do this when this happens, really holds us back from just starting. And there are so many things in my business and in my life that I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't started. One of my mantras around that is leap before you're ready. And it's been really powerful for me to do things when I felt a little bit uncomfortable about it, because if you never begin, you're never gonna feel fully ready. There will always be something that gets in your way to say, okay, well, after that or after that. So one of the things we talked about was that using the resources that are at your disposal. So some of the things that you can use are books. I actually pointed to her, if you are a coach and you're wanting to get coach training and get certified, one of my favorite books to start with is called Coactive Coaching. It is the basis of all coaching programs, and by reading that book, you're pretty much gonna learn the basic foundation of what you're gonna learn in a coaching program. So start with that book and then practice. Practice with your friends, practice with people online, ask for help. So that's gonna be another thing I'm gonna get to in a little bit, but books are a great resource, so don't forget about books. Podcasts are free. You can learn a ton of information from podcasts. I love Amy Porterfield's podcast. It's amazing. It's filled with downloadable resources. I know Donna had asked about my own downloadable resources, but for every episode that Amy Porterfield releases a podcast for, she also provides a downloadable to accompany it. So that's a really great place to start if you're looking for more downloadable resources that are free. So podcasts are free, books you might have to invest a little or go to the library. The internet is filled with information. Start doing your research, start reading, watching videos of other people doing what you want to do. There are bazillions of how-to videos on YouTube to learn how to do anything. What other things did I say? Online communities. Not that I'm being a big advocate of this, but people offer free calls, free consulting, free options to you all the time. Like, if you must, take advantage of those. Like, actually use them to get some good information, to get some insights into what you can do to get started now. I know I offer one of those, and I would say that most people walk away with like a ton of value from having a call with me. I don't work with every single one of them, but I know that if we had a powerful conversation and I made a difference in their life, then that was powerful for them, and that only sets them up to want to work with me in the future. So don't be afraid to sign up for a free call if you really do feel connected to that person and that that person can help you. So that goes back to my asking for help. Ask for help. Ask questions in here, ask questions in other Facebook groups, ask questions to people on social media like Instagram or Twitter. Get into conversations and ask the questions that you're wondering. If you're stuck on, okay, how do I start a podcast? There's tons of information that is at your disposal, online, in books, in podcasts, in free resources all over the place. The world is your oyster when it comes to information. So the other thing I'm going to say about that is that information can only take us so far in this journey, right? A lot of us have the information. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm overwhelmed because I have too much information. So what do I do with all this information? What do I even start with of any of these things that I have? So this is where I go back to the baby steps. As you guys know, I get very overwhelmed. So I think to myself, I ask myself a lot of questions and I'll say, what can I do? What do I have that I can use to move forward? And what is one small step in that right direction? So again, break it down. Choose one thing to focus on. Maybe it's one focus for the whole month. Maybe it's one focus for the week, but choose one focus and stick with that for a week. And then do something small every day that you can do around that. One of the ladies I talked to this week was saying that she's starting a not-for-profit. So it's overwhelming, all the things that she could be doing, all the stuff that she wants to do in her business, but I'm a big proponent of do the things that made you want to be in this business in the first place. So what can you do, what's at your disposal that you can do in your business or to take your business in the right direction, big or small? Like, it doesn't need to be elaborate. It doesn't need to be a massive event. It could literally be like getting some friends together and trying out something you want to do for a workshop. It could be talking about a workshop. It could be doing a poll in somebody's group. It could be sending out a survey. It could be even just writing it out, writing out the structure. It could be contacting somebody. So all these things are really tiny little things that you can do, one thing per day, and they will help you move forward and move out of overwhelm. Because part of the overwhelm is like the to-do list is so big, it never ends. And let me tell you, it never ends. So thinking that your to-do list is one day going to be shorter is unrealistic, in my opinion. The to-do list is always growing. So what can you do is think, I need to focus on one thing or max 3 things. So what are my 3 main focuses for this month? Write them out and make sure you go back to it. Saying to yourself, okay, I had these 3 focuses, and what can I do to do something that's on that list, or to check something off that list, or to move in the direction that I want to go with this focus? So let's say, for example, like me, I am launching a membership site. So I was super overwhelmed with all the things that I had to think about with the membership site, how getting it up and running and all the techie stuff that was behind all of that, and what it was going to look like and what it was going to say and what was going to be included and all, like, what was the name I stressed out about. And I just needed to accomplish one little thing per day. So if I accomplished setting a name, buying a domain, polling for different names, writing out the header, choosing a photo, choosing a color scheme, choosing an icon, doing the order form, like all these things can be broken down into teeny tiny little steps, and all of that little bit of action creates the momentum that you need to not feel so lost. So if you're like, where do I even begin, rather than what do I do? You're like, I don't even know which one I'm supposed to begin with. Then what do I do? If you don't know where to begin, ask for help. And think to yourself, okay, what of these things can I do? Is there anything on this list that I know I can do today? Is there anything on this list that I know that I can do this week? And start there. It doesn't have to be in a specific order. You'll figure it out as you go, so just trust that wherever you start is the right place to start, and you will figure it out as you go. It doesn't have to be something super set or super strategic at the very beginning. It just needs to get started. Okay, so ask for help, get into Facebook groups, do free trainings, do live trainings, set up free calls, listen to podcasts, read books, listen to books, and read the vast majority of information that's on the internet. I'm sure that there's somebody on there who's saying, okay, if you want to start this type of a business, this is where you begin. If you need to get a patent, this is how you start. If you want to do your taxes, this is how you learn. Like how-to videos, even like most techie sites nowadays have videos of like how-to guides. Just choose one thing to do and do that thing. And forget about all the other things. If you need to, write them down so that you don't think you're going to forget, but stick to one small thing per day so that you don't feel confused. And then figure out the direction that you want it to go. And if you're really feeling lost, ask for help. Ask somebody who has already done it, who has been there, somebody who might know, somebody who you can just get some help from, okay? Because asking for help is a strength. Now I'm going to go into a super short story about asking for help because that has been really powerful for me this week. So if you don't know, I had a really exciting Monday because I quit my job on Monday. I quit my job and I went to the John Mayer concert, but I quit my job on Monday. And it's something that I have been working towards for a while now, but something that I wasn't really getting a lot closer to without asking for help. And I actually was reminded about how asking for help is really difficult for me because I had a really bad experience 2 weeks ago with somebody saying some really hurtful things to me about my business, my brand, everything like that. And it really impacted me a lot more than I thought it did. And I really didn't realize how much it was impacting me, how I felt like I couldn't continue. I felt like I couldn't do anything and I wasn't making any movements on the things that I was supposed to be doing. So when I say like just start, just do something, just choose something to break it down, I honestly felt incapable of doing even the little things because I felt like everything that I was doing was wrong, that everything that I was screwing it up, or that I would be wasting my time if I did it because I would do it wrong, so I would have to go back and do it again. So I really just did nothing, and that really didn't help me. And I was on a call this past weekend, and somebody called me out on it where they were like, so what's going on with that? Like, how come you haven't made any progress this past week? And I literally broke down in tears. I was bawling like a baby in front of everybody. It was a video, so everyone watched me cry, you know, the ugly cry and everything. And I really had no idea that it was impacting me that much and that I wasn't able to move forward. I thought it was kind of, you know, brushed it off, gotten rid of it, but really it had bottled up inside of me. And if I hadn't actually cried and released it and claimed it and said, actually, yeah, this is really impacting me, I wouldn't have been able to move forward. So from sharing it with people I trusted and very supportive people, I was able to, you know, release it and realize that these things was just one person's opinion, and that we had a new saying. The saying is, I ain't got time for this, I got shit to do. So we don't have time for the negative people around us. We don't have time for people trying to break us down. We don't have time for excuses, for fears. We don't have time for that because we have things to be doing. We have shit to be doing in the world, and we can't allow people to break us down on this journey. So it just so happened that happened right before I was going to quit my job. So I've been like planning to quit my job. I wanted to do it on April 1st, but I realized that it was a Saturday, so I couldn't do it on April 1st. So I did it on Monday, and I was really struggling because the week before I was like, should I really be doing this after having like that breakdown of an experience? But by sharing it, by claiming it, by releasing it, and by talking about it with people and with having a supportive community to help lift me up out of that funk that I was in, I was able to get back my confidence and get back to doing the shit that I was meant to be doing and I was supposed to be doing this week in the world, and to actually wake up Monday morning feeling like it was Christmas morning because I was so excited to be quitting my job. So it was like serious highs and serious lows all in 1 week. And this is the journey. This is the experience. And this is why we need this support. But it was funny because a lot of people said to me, Tanya, I didn't even know that you were feeling like that. I didn't know that it was impacting you like that. And how come you didn't tell anybody? How come you didn't ask for help? And now that's funny for me because I find asking for help very difficult. I think I should be able to figure it out. I should get over it. I don't want to complain. Why is this even bothering me? And I don't want to bother other people with it. But what I realized from crying on video was that other people helped me see what I couldn't see. They were there for me, and it helped them also know that this is part of the journey, right? They helped me out of my funk, which made them feel good, and I actually got help lifting out of that. If I had just never told anyone and kept it bottled up and never moved forward, then I wouldn't be doing the things I was supposed to be doing or that I was meant to be doing, all because of one person. And we ain't got time for that. So lean on your soul sisters, your sisterhood, your community. And if you don't have a community, firstly, you're in this community, so you definitely have a community. But if you don't feel like you have a community, reach out and create your community, because I didn't really have a support. And I joined a group program where I had a coach who then I joined a group program after that. And I had to create this community because I didn't have the support. And I truly don't think that this journey is possible without support of some kind. So if it's not in your immediate vicinity, you don't have people that support you in your immediate family or friends, then reach out and ask for help. Ask to be a part of a community, ask to be supported by somebody, because you don't have time to be stuck in bottling it up. It literally was a release of all of this energy that was weighing me down. And I had no idea I was going to have that impact, but by asking for help and by sharing something that was really difficult for me and that I was not able to just shake it off like I wished I could have, that was the thing that actually allowed me to be lifted back up to where I was able to quit my job on Monday. I had planned for months and months and months and months. So definitely ask for help if you're struggling, and find a community, be around people that will lift you up, because you will need that on this journey. I'm going to actually be featuring some ladies that have created that community and who totally believe in it and know that it's so important, because it's been such an important part of their journey that they couldn't or wouldn't be where they are without that. And I am definitely one of those people, especially after this weekend. So I'm going to start another video, so it's not too long, for the next question. But I do want to also say that I am going to, so that we can cut off this question, is that I am going to be offering, my group program is opening again. in the spring. But I want to do it a little bit differently than I did it last time, where I want to open it up by offering my free training on how to get vulnerable and visible with video to attract your ideal clients or your dream clients. I want to do that training for you guys first before I offer you guys my sponsorship. So I always offer a free spot in my group program, Leap into Ladypreneurship. It's a business building group program for women that are committed to building their business and getting the systems in place to actually grow it online. So there's a lot of community and coaching and group stuff and accountability, because there's accountability partners. But the important part is, like, this has to be a business that you are committed to creating. You have to be willing to put in the love, care, sweat, and tears for 4 months. It's a 4-month program. And if you're committed to doing that and you're thinking, but I can't afford it, I offer a free spot in the program if you do the sponsorship contest. Now, the sponsorship contest is all about getting visible with video. So instead of doing the sponsorship and then doing my live training on how to attract clients with that, I think that it would be better this time to offer the trainings that you guys are equipped to then enter the contest. So that is the plan. That's what's in the hopper. That's what's coming. My free spot in my group business coaching program for the spring is coming. So look out for that. And this could be the spring and summer where you put everything into place to actually quit your job like I just did. That's the goal, because it's made for women that have a job or are a mom and don't have a lot of time. And as you know, I'm a big proponent of just do one small thing. And I built my entire business while in my 9-to-5 job. So I know that it can be done, and I know that you can do it, and I'm going to help you. And it's going to start with my live training and then the sponsorship, and we're going to get moving in our business. Okay? So I'm going to answer the 2 other questions now, but I'm just going to quit this video, start a new one, grab some water, and let's get to the next 2 questions. The next question is going to be, how can I quit listening to other people in what I should be doing? Okay? So I will see you guys then. One moment.